When was the last time you really thought about your prostate, your penis, and your erections? Most men don't, not until something starts to change. And by the time you notice, the signs are hard to ignore. It's 2 a.m. again. You wake up a third time tonight, making that slow walk to the bathroom. You tell yourself it's just age, but deep down you're wondering what else might be going wrong. Because here's the truth. Trouble with the prostate isn't just about frequent trips to the bathroom. It can signal changes in blood flow, hormone balance, even in your ability to perform and feel like yourself in the bedroom. I've seen the worry in men's eyes when they finally say, "Doc, am I losing my strength?" But here's the twist. Part of what's happening in your nights may actually begin on your plate. And there's one simple, everyday vegetable that's been quietly helping men your age for decades. Most doctors won't mention it, but I will. Most men never think about their prostate until it starts making itself known. It's a small gland about the size of a walnut sitting quietly just below your bladder. Its job? To help with fluid during intimacy, nothing too exciting to talk about at the dinner table. But here's the thing. As we age, that walnut doesn't always stay the same size. Slowly, year after year, it can swell, a bit like a stubborn ring on your finger that's hard to slip off. And when it does, it starts pressing on the tube you use to pass urine. That's when the nightly bathroom trips start, the hesitation, the weaker stream. For some men, it even begins to touch something deeper, their confidence, their energy, their desire to be intimate. You've worked hard your whole life. You deserve nights of rest, not nights of pacing to the bathroom. And here's the good news. The solution I'm about to share isn't a pill or a gimmick. It's something far simpler and far more powerful. So, what if I told you there's a simple food, one you've probably walked past in the grocery store 100 times, that could help calm that swelling and give you back the kind of nights you've been missing? It's not exotic, it's not expensive. And no, it doesn't come in a capsule with a flashy label. I'm talking about broccoli. Now, before you roll your eyes, thinking about overcooked broccoli from childhood dinners, hear me out. This humble, dark green vegetable is part of a family called cruciferous vegetables, and inside it are natural compounds like sulforaphane. Sulforaphane has a way of quietly working with your body, easing inflammation, balancing certain hormones, and protecting the prostate cells from overgrowth. Think of it as a gentle gardener, trimming back what's growing too wild, helping things flow more freely again. And here's the best part. We're not talking about weeks of waiting to notice a difference. Many men start feeling subtle changes in just a couple of months. But the real magic isn't just in the vegetable, it's in how you use it. And that's where most men go wrong. John was 67 when he first came to see me, a retired teacher, proud grandfather, and the kind of man who never liked to make a fuss. But he admitted something that had been eating away at him. He couldn't sit through his grandson's baseball games without making 2, sometimes 3 trips to the restroom. Long drives with his wife? Out of the question. Nights? He was up every 2 hours. I suggested something simple. Add a cup of steamed broccoli or Brussels sprouts to his meals at least 4 nights a week. No supplements, no special shakes, just real food, paired with a little olive oil and a walk after dinner. The first month, John didn't notice much, except his wife liked the new dinners. By month 2, he was sleeping longer stretches. By month 3, he sat through an entire game without getting up. He told me, with a grin, "Doc, it feels like I got my freedom back." And that's the thing. It wasn't magic. It was consistency, and it worked with his body, not against it. But what made it work for John could work even better for you when you understand the why. So why did something as ordinary as broccoli make such a difference for John? It comes down to what's inside it and how your body responds. Broccoli, along with its cousins like cauliflower, kale, and cabbage, contains a powerful natural compound called sulforaphane. Don't let the name scare you. Think of sulforaphane like a skilled mechanic for your body. It reduces the inflammation clutter around your prostate, helps balance certain hormones that can encourage prostate growth, and even protects healthy cells from damage. Here's another way to picture it. If your prostate is like a garden, sulforaphane is the quiet gardener, trimming back overgrowth, clearing the pathways, making sure water, or in this case, urine, flows freely again. And it's not just about the bathroom. When blood flow and hormone balance improve, energy levels, mood, and even intimacy can get a boost. The science is clear, but here's the catch. You need to eat it the right way and often enough for it to work. And that's where most men slip up, because they don't realize one simple kitchen mistake can cut this vegetable's power in half. All right, let's make this simple. If you want the same kind of results John experienced, here's exactly what to do tonight and every week moving forward. Step 1. Add 1 cup of lightly steamed broccoli, Brussels sprouts, or cauliflower to your dinner at least 4 to 5 nights a week. Lightly steaming, not boiling to death, keeps the sulforaphane active. Step 2. Pair it with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil or a sprinkle of turmeric. These healthy fats and spices don't just make it taste better, they help your body absorb the good stuff. Step 3. Cut off large fluid intake 2 to 3 hours before bedtime to give your bladder a break at night. Step 4. End your evening with 5 to 10 minutes of light stretches or a slow walk. This boosts pelvic circulation and keeps things moving down there. The beauty of this plan? It's not a crash diet, and it doesn't rely on pills or powders. And when you give your body the right tools, it responds, often faster than you expect. But there's one more piece. The mindset that makes men actually stick with it. You're not broken, you're not too old, you're a man who's carried decades of work, stress, and responsibility, and your body is simply asking for a little care in return. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s turn things around, not by chasing miracle pills, but by making small, consistent choices that work with their bodies. Broccoli isn't magic, but the way it supports your prostate, your energy, and your confidence can feel magical when you start living without constant interruptions, without that lingering worry. This isn't about just adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years, about watching a whole baseball game without leaving your seat, about sleeping through the night and waking up with energy to enjoy the day ahead. So tonight, put that green vegetable on your plate. It's a small step, but maybe the first step toward a stronger, freer, more vibrant you. And if you want to know the other foods that work just as powerfully, well, that's a conversation worth having next.